Hey guys, Arsene here, and today I want to talk about the OnePlus 5 launch. It just launched about 40 minutes ago, and I have some thoughts that I would like to share. I do not have the phone itself, but I've been with the company for quite a while. I owned the original OnePlus One, which was $300, 300 euros for me, and I also own the OnePlus 3T, the 128GB version, which cost me 480 euros. That was already a considerable price increase, but it was worth it because the build quality has improved, the screen is slightly better. Overall, it was a better phone, so the price increase was worth it. But my problem with the new phone is I do not exactly see what the improvement is. For example, let's start off with the good parts. It has a more efficient RAM and processor, which should give it potentially a better battery life. The storage, UFS 2.1, is twice as fast as the previous 2.0, which in my opinion is great, and this is nothing I'm going to complain about. Bluetooth 5.0 with aptX HD support, great, part of the Snapdragon 835. Better Wi-Fi with 2x2 MIMO, great. The screen now supports DCI-P3 color space, which is wider than sRGB. I like that. And you have one model that works worldwide. It's also pretty good, especially if you travel a lot. For example, I went to Korea for my exchange a couple of years ago. My OnePlus worked there, but some other there might have been another country or another carrier where it might not have worked. So having one phone for the whole planet is always an advantage in my book. But let's go over to the bad part. So it still has a camera hump. They decreased the thickness of the phone, but kept the camera hump. Why would you do it? I think what the Google Pixel does, of just not having a camera hump and being slightly thicker, would have been a better design choice. Then they reduced the battery by 100 milliamp hours. Again, why would you reduce thickness? Just increase thickness, increase battery size. The battery of the OnePlus 3T is already amazing. Why not make it even better? I think nobody has ever complained about having too big of a battery. For some reason, they decided that the 128GB model needs 8GB of RAM, 2 more than the 64GB model. Why? Why would a phone need 8GB of RAM? A lot of computers barely ship with 8GB of RAM. The new Surface Book ships with 4GB of RAM. So why would you need 8GB of RAM on your phone? I don't know. Plus, RAM prices right now are high. So why waste that extra money? And just pass on the savings to the consumer and to reduce the price of your premium model. And what this leads to is also they improved the camera. Camera got better. Well, I don't mind it. I don't really care about my phone camera because I got my DSLR and I usually just carry it around with me. It's fairly small, so it's that's something that works for me, but other people might enjoy it. But in general, this phone was pretty much perfect to me. But what I didn't like was I didn't really have waterproofness, which is handy when I, for example, do my dishes or cook something, and then I don't have to worry about breaking my phone when touching it with wet hands. But otherwise, I think there was not much to improve upon this. They ended up making sacrifices that I don't think they needed to do. They added features that were not that good. And finally, the price went up by 90 euros for the 128GB model. So now it went from 480 to 570. Well, 569, but 570, basically. At this point, they're 75% of the price of a big brand phone. And this comes back to me to when the OnePlus 2 was released. It was released, it had some features, and especially it did not have NFC, what a lot of people did not like. And thus, as a result, it also didn't perform too well, and they spent a lot of money on marketing. If you remember the $100,000 they spent on the product placement in House of Cards, I don't know how well it worked out for them. Now they had Emily Ratajkowski explain what dash charging is and explain how good the new camera is in their presentation. In my opinion, that's the marketing dollars not well spent. Especially the presentation is watched by people that want to know more about the phone and they're enthusiasts. I don't think they need explanations by some starlet about, oh, how good can I make my selfies and Instagram posts now? Just missing your target audience, at least in my opinion. This all leads to now the price being at 570 euros. At this point, and you can't really buy it in any stores. You still need to buy it online. People will come to your website, they will see the price, they will just think, I can go to my carrier, I pay 15 euros a month, and I get a phone for 100 euros. That seems like a better deal. And if you amortize it and net present value, in the end it is. So at this point, because availability is so limited, I don't think the OnePlus is a viable phone at this price point. Because at 570 euros, you're damn close to a LG G6. And you don't want to be there. So, thanks for watching and see you in the next one, which is probably not going to be a rant about phones.